Hello, Church. Bob Myers here, sharing with you from Proverbs 17 as we continue our study through the book of Proverbs. And again, today, as has been for a number of days and will be for a number of days, are pearls of wisdom that Solomon is distilling and little drops of wisdom that he puts out. So many are self-standing. Some have some themes. There are 28 verses in this chapter, and a couple of them go together, but mostly it's just freestanding wisdom that we can apply to our hearts and our lives. And I kind of like to think of the Proverbs as if we were to go visit Solomon in his palace, and he was to take us on a little tour. He might say, here's this gold crown I got from the Queen of Sheba. Here's these ivory elephants that I got from someone, and he might show us different things in his palace. I see the Proverbs that way. Solomon is walking us along a path, and as he goes, he is distilling these words of wisdom, these pearls of wisdom, and they're just dropping off his lips. Things he's learned, things the Lord has shown him. And so it's like walking through the palace of a king and admiring and seeing all the beauty and the precious things, except he has freely given these precious things to us and sharing them with us. He starts off, better is a dry morsel and quietness therewith than an house full of sacrifices with strife. It's better just to be at peace than to have a lot and be in strife and turmoil. Better is a little with peace than a lot with strife and turmoil. And we'll see that resonated throughout a lot of the Proverbs. And then he says, a finding pot is for silver, verse 3, and the furnace for gold, but the Lord trieth the hearts. How do you think the Lord tries the hearts? Well, a finding pot is a heating pot that heated the metals, silver and gold, and heated them to take the impurities out. The Lord tries our hearts by putting some pressure and some heat in our lives. On occasion, things come to get the impurities out of our life and to purify our hearts and lives. Verse 6 is a beautiful, beautiful verse. Children's children, grandchildren, are a crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers. Grandchildren. The Lord says in his word, children's children are a crown of old men. It's a blessing to have grandchildren. Here's a verse you may be familiar with, verse 17. A friend loveth at all times. Isn't that a precious, precious verse? A friend loveth at all times. 22, I suggest, recommend, encourage you to commit verse 22 to memory. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. Be happy. Let your heart be joyful. Think about all the Lord's given us. Let your heart be joyful. It does good like a medicine. And then 22, is a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. And then 27 and 28, he talks about words again. We've hit this theme before in the Proverbs. He that hath knowledge, 27, spareth his words. He doesn't talk a lot. He's careful with his words. And a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. If you just be quiet, sometimes people will credit that to you for wisdom, and often it is wise. Be blessed today. Proverbs 17.